Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm just gonna do a quick unboxing. We got a snowstorm coming in here in Pennsylvania. I'm outside of Philadelphia, so I'm just kind of checking out the snow as I do this. I got this package here from a new friend that I met on Knife Swap, the Reddit Knife Swap I talk about a lot. It's where I buy knives on the secondary. And this guy's name is Sruli. I'm gonna butcher that. It's kind of like unruly, but with an S-R-U-L-I. Sruli. That's his name. Sorry about that, Sruli. Please let me know how I butchered it. But he sent me some knives to check out. They're actually loaners. I got to talking to him because he has had a Richard Rogers OEM Slut, S-L-U-T. I believe it stands for Slim Utility Knife, something like that. Slim Utility Tool, I'm not sure. And I really wanted one of those, but it just doesn't seem like it would work for a lefty, and it's very small, and they're also expensive. You know, they're going for like $450, $500 on the secondary, and they were like $250 new. They're a production model Richard Rogers has done by Best Tech. Best Tech is the OEM, and I don't know, $450, $500 for a Best Tech made knife. I mean, I know the Vero knives sell for close to that or more, so I'm sure they're good. I just didn't want to invest in that. And anyway, we got to talking, and he has a sweet collection, and he said he would send me a couple knives to check out, and I am very thankful for that. So thank you, Sruli. I'm going to get into this here. I'm going to unbox this with the Kaiser Sheepdog in the lefty configuration. I just filmed my review on that, so that should be posted up either before this video or shortly after. So keep an eye out for that. Cut in here. If I can, I like to try to reuse these USPS priority boxes. It looks like I'm gonna shred this one, so never mind. I cannot remember what he is sending me. I have a couple loaner packages on the way, and when we first talked about the knives he was sending, it was maybe 2 weeks ago at this point. USPS is just absolutely brutal right now. It is the Christmas time. It is Christmas season, holiday season 2020. So whenever you're watching this, you know, there was a pandemic this year, and USPS has, you know, a lot of trouble keeping people on, or they're not hiring because of cash flow. And then all the other issues on top. It's just taking, you know, an extra week, sometimes week and a half to get packages. Luckily, they're still showing up though, so that's good. So I'm pretty sure there's a Microtech in here and a Skaha 2, which I don't know anything about that knife. So let's see what we have. All right, so empty. We have a Civivi pouch, so not sure what's in there. And then we have a Microtech box here. So I am familiar with this box. I have two Microtechs that I recently purchased, the Bounty Hunter models of the Ultratech and the UTX 85. If you want to check those out, Kyle from DTOM Knives and Gear recently posted a video on those knives, and I believe he's sending them back to me now. So I'll be posting some content on those as well. So first, let's see what is in this Civivi pouch. All right, it is not a Civivi, I can tell you that. We have a little bit of packaging, bubble tape here, and we have a knife. And I believe this is the Skaha 2, which I am not all that familiar with, to be honest. This is a knife that I recently heard about actually watching a Nick Shabazz video. he did a video maybe a couple months ago on drop shut action and why we're so addicted to it and all that good stuff. If you can find that video, I recommend it. It's very good. But he goes through a bunch of knives he has with great action, and one of them was I believe it's Northern Arms, I believe, is the company. I'll figure all this out when I do the first impressions and review, but Northern Arms Skaha 2, I believe this is called. This is in carbon fiber, and from what I understand, they make a very good knife. They're hard to get, kind of like TRM knives are, and they don't overprice their knives. Same with TRM, where they give you a good price for an American-made product. I believe it's American-made. Again, I'll do my research, so try not to hold any of this against me if I'm wrong. So we have a wire clip here, which is deep carry. It does not go all the way to the back of the knife. You actually have a good bit of knife sticking up. So not my favorite, but I could probably deal with it. It is right hand only. So again, not ideal for me, but I am getting used to that a lot more because there's just knives like this Chavez here, the 229. There's just so many knives these days that are so fantastic that I don't want to miss the opportunity to get them because I'm so stubborn about having a left-handed knife. I really want to promote lefty knives. I want companies to make more lefty knives, but I can seriously doubt that if I scream and yell and get a bunch of people together, we're not going to get Ramon Chavez to do a run in lefty. I just don't see that happening. But I do see us getting bigger companies to push out lefty models of popular knives, like ProTech with the Malibu. You know, like that kind of stuff. That's what I want to promote and help push forward. So anyway, I'm going to shut up and flip this knife now. Oh, wow. Okay. This is interesting. So it does say Northern Arm. See how well you can see that. And then S35VN, made in BC. Okay. So this is made in British Columbia, unless I'm an absolute idiot, which, don't answer that question. Okay, so made in British Columbia. So it's not an American-made knife, but it's a North American-made knife. It is very lightweight. There's no blade play. Side to side or vertical. I can almost like bend the blade though. That is very strange. I don't know if it's just super thin. It doesn't look that thin, but can you see that wiggle? I don't want to go crazy here because, you know, it's a loner and I'm not really torquing on it. I'm just kind of, you know. Anyway, it almost has these lines in the steel. It almost looks like it's going to be very hard for you guys to see that. I really hope you can. It reminds me sort of like the Vero Bacon Damascus knives. Now, it doesn't look as good as that or anything, but it has that similar kind of feel with the lines in it. Let's see how she drops. I've heard it's very good action. Okay. So, not exactly drop shut. Definitely good action. It fires out very nicely. Doing it right-handed here so you can get a view of that. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily drop shut, but still, it's good action. It's a very light knife. This is a very interesting knife. I think I've seen these going for like $250. Man, if you want a knife that weighs nothing, but still has a, you know, let's see, this is 3.6 inches, right? So this is what, 3.3? You know, 3.3 inches, something like that, you know, and this weighs 6 ounces. This weighs, I mean, this could not weigh more than 2.5 ounces. But I could be wrong. I've been handling a lot of big knives lately. The flipping action is very good. It has some jimping back here on the flipper tab to help you there. It does have a little bit of detent lash. You know, you can kind of wiggle the flipper tab a little bit and feel the blade kind of go in and out. You can feel the detent ball kind of going in and out. But when you go to shoot it out, it fires. And this blade weighs nothing. Man. I'm very intrigued by this knife. It is an inset liner lock, so that's always good for a lefty. It feels really good. Interesting knife. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about this one. That is the Northern Arm Skaha 2. Again, these knives are from a buddy named Sruli. I really appreciate this. Let's see. Okay, so this is the Microtech Socom Elite. So we have a Microtech Socom Elite here. This is a big knife. I believe these are 4-inch blades. So this is more like what I've been checking out lately. We were perfectly centered. By the way, the Skaha 2 was perfectly centered too. I didn't mention that. Check this out, guys. Microtech Socom Elite. Sorry, I know I'm wearing black, so it might be hard to see. Anyway, one of the things that's really intrigued me about the Socom Elite and why I've wanted to get one in hand for so long now is it is tip up only. Sorry, tip down only. Sorry, I get those confused sometimes. So you see the pocket clip there? You cannot reverse it, and it is tip down only. So as a lefty, that tells me that I can carry this knife tip down in my left pocket, and I have the blade against the side of my pants. So it actually, to me, makes more sense to carry in your left pocket than it does in your right pocket. So I've always wanted to test that theory out. I haven't really had any other knives that are tip down only. So let's see how she flips. Okay. All right. So it kind of rolled its way out there. It wasn't really like shooting out, but you know, I'll have to play with it a little bit. There's the blade. So we have a black, I don't know if it's PVD coating on this blade. You have a ginormous Microtech claw on there. I'm not a big fan of the billboarding, but that's kind of what you get with Microtech. This actually has less billboarding than I thought. Usually it has that, and then it says Microtech. It has all this info on there. This is in LMAX steel. See if you can see that. It's in LMAX. And I've always heard the drop action on these is very good. So, yeah. So it is very good. It does shoot out of there pretty good. It's just a big old blade. So now you can see the detent. We have that issue as a lefty where I have to break that detent, because as a righty, I can just click over and it's going to drop onto my nail. I got to test that before I go and do it. So drop onto my nail and then close. Yeah, this thing is a beast. So I can already tell that as a lefty, I wouldn't necessarily enjoy having this knife. Now, it's a really cool knife. It's just that I have to do this whole thing where I push the blade past the detent. And then because this one is super drop shutty, I got to get my thumb out of there fast and then drop it. Or I got to hold the blade with my thumb or my index finger like this. I got to hold it, move my thumb, hope it doesn't lock back up, pull it around, and then, see? And then it got caught again on the detent. So it's a whole thing as a lefty. So much easier to be right-handed and just click and move your hand, you know? So this is a sweet knife. I believe these also go for around $250 to $300. There's different variations. They're hard to find. I I see them on the secondary a lot, but it's always a different variation. It's from, you know, a different year, and everybody's looking for a different one, you know. I would probably want the black handle with stonewash blade. I'm not a big fan of PVD coating. Oh, see, I almost just closed that right onto my finger. This is very, very drop shutty. You see that there, and especially when you're pushing over the lock bar, the liner lock, it's even more so. So, cool knife here. We have a little bit of side to side, but I'm really torquing it. So, you know, if I do this, I don't get any, and I don't have any vertical play. So yeah, this is a sweet knife. We have the Microtech Socom Elite here, black on black in Elmax steel. And then we have the Northern Arm Skaha 2 in the carbon fiber. Both of these are of the liner lock variety. And look at that. It must have just been cold or something from the trip, because it does have good action there. Look at that. For such a light blade, this is sweet. I'm really liking this one. And this is also a sweet knife. So you guys will see my first impressions coming up on these. And then I'll do the full reviews. And then I'll get these back to my buddy Sruli. Again, I appreciate it so much, Sruli. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay sharp. I'm such an idiot. Oh, man, I'm going to cut myself. Oh. All right.